And right here, we got RayApollo. So first off, give us your thoughts, RayApollo. What did you think about the chapter since you read it before us?
So this chapter obviously is just a tiny bit more building of anticipation. Like it's like, all right, we've taken the next step. We've identified one of the masterminds, you know, another one of All for One's right-hand men. And it's like, well, all right, we know actually they don't know where the left hand is. They don't know where our big boy is currently, but they know where he is right now. And they're like, all right, we got you. And it's one of those things where the people are also starting to notice that there aren't many heroes around. So this is like, there's one panel that really like concerned me is that there are people just out there walking around and like, notice there aren't many heroes out. What's up with that? And then they catch the big dopey looking dude. Death Arms grabs him, and I'm so glad to see that. But
yeah, I totally agree. And that was a great line too. He said, "Oh, you're the only one out of the loop. You backstabbing liberation punk." I was like, "Oh, that was amazing! A great line. It was written, and the art with it, like showing the speed they came with the hook and everything. I just can't wait to continue seeing other heroes get caught where they're shocked. Like, wait a minute, wait, what's going on? I thought you're on the good side. Damn it, I'm fucked." So that was such a good scene. So small, but it was such a good, impactful scene that this was a good strategy and good execution so far.
So far, this is where I start to get into the theory territory again. I'm like, this seems like it's working too well. Like, did Hawks give them that much of good information that they're like this many steps ahead? In my gut, I still think this is a trap.
It's still a trap. I feel like it's still a trap.
Like, how could the Doctor has been concealed and like covered his tracks so well all this time, and for him to slip up just that much now is weird to me.
If he has some type of bat with an eye to watch things so small, to watch things where people, you know, where people are watching him, but he has a bat behind him to see what he's doing. Maybe like what you're saying, where this is all a trap.
I still think it's a trap.
It was a trap.
Let's be real. If we think that, like, if they have a mole in the Liberation Army now, that means that they've had a mole in the heroes all this time. Let's think about that. There's no way that they could just there's going to be only one from the heroes infiltrating the back. Nah, I think that one of the heroes is still working with them, either intentionally or not. I really think so, which is the crazy part.
I agree with you, because we still know there's a traitor within the Hero Society. We just don't know who it is yet. People are speculating. People are just theorizing. But it could still be anybody at the moment. And there's no way that they weren't able to tell, maybe not the Doctor, but at least the League of Villains somehow, or transfer of information, because that's how you win wars. You have to be able to be knowledgeable. You need information from both sides to be able
Communication, information wins wars. Yeah.
And now, like, maybe the Doctor is surprised. Maybe he didn't. Maybe this was much earlier than he expected.
I think it's a twice clone.
It could be a twice clone too, because you just have to make one to look like a dummy, and while the real Doctor is working on his real work, it makes sense.
Do you think? I want to go up with both your thoughts, guys. We're both and add a theory on it. What do you think if the Doctor found a way to kind of use a twice clone, but add Toga quirk in it, where it could infiltrate into the hero side? Where
I told you who I think. I think Toga is that female hero that is leading the students and a part of the. I don't know.
That is Endeavor Pro Agency assistant.
The Flame Girl. Yeah. Assistant.
So it could be it. But speaking about Endeavor, what did you think about Endeavor in this chapter? You know, leading the charge and actually getting all this together because of what Hawks gave a buck, and we thought Endeavor is stupid because the way he acts.
I never thought Endeavor was stupid, even from the first Camino incident.
A lot of people assume that, and I'm happy to say that he just shows that he's always there. And I love how Ray in his reaction video of just past My Hero anime said Endeavor's always on flames. He's always hot. And in this whole chapter just made it seem like he's just always so tough. In the panel to walking away with the whole fire in his back, it shows that he has evolved as well.
I mean, and it's just that's Endeavor. Like he puts on that front out in public because that's who he is and who he wants the people to see him as. And I get that, and I like that a lot. It's just I'm worried that the information that Hawks gave them is just like not 1,000% accurate. Like it's 999% accurate, and that one piece is gonna screw them over. I do now think that. So remember the last panel from that chapter said, and then all the heroes disappeared. I think that was answered in this one by saying, "Hey, there are no heroes around." So yeah, none of the heroes are in the cities currently.
Yeah,
but it's like, what's gonna happen out here in these forests? Because this is a lot of heroes, a lot of heroes. Are we like? It's like there's no way that he just starts up this big gang fight between the Liberation Army and our heroes without them like having had a plan in place already. There's no way.
But what I'm curious about is this the present now, or are we still within the month of that flashback when he said that all the heroes disappeared? Like, it's still,
so
I'm confusing that aspect. Are we in the
I think
present
that there's like some vague time stuff here. You're right, but there's a one panel where I'm like, well, maybe they did get the jump on them because the doctor is like, we're seeing the doctor's thoughts essentially, and it's like all's running smoothly. Tamura Shigaraki should be ready in just over a month.
So you're right. We're still within that 2 month, about a month connected.
Right, and so I'm like, well, okay. So does that mean that they're just gonna rip him out early because now he's like, oh F, they got the doctor, we need to get him out now, or are they gonna cause? Are they so? What I've been wanting to happen is the prison break. Is the prison break going to happen while they're all out here? So they're like, okay, we're going to give you the doctor, but we're going to go get our boy All For One back and let everybody else out that you put in jail.
And plus, all that in jail prison has Stain, has also the guy to go warp.
They've got the big Nomu that only All Might could fight. At the time, true. He's in jail too. So it's like, if they break all those people out of jail, we really in trouble.
My best panel in this chapter was the last panel, the Endeavor and the Doctor side by side.
Yes,
it was beautifully drawn, and it shows the sweat.
The intensity is like, so intense.
But I didn't expect it to be. I was like,
right. Yeah. Which is why I'm like, is that sweat or is that like the twice clone melting? I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good dog.
I don't know. It could be sweat, but it's like, oh, okay. Deep down, I'm like, this has got to be a trap. It's got to be. I do think that Shigaraki's not ready yet. I think that is also the case. I think Shigaraki's still not ready, so they might have caught them off guard for real.
Well,
which is good.
Ready, as in like it's more like he could technically break out the cocoon, but not its full ultimate power in a way.
Exactly, which means he's not completely the full power version we were expecting. Yeah,
great, but not perfect. Is most likely what I would think.
I mean, he'll still be strong as hell, but I doubt that it's like exactly what they envisioned.
Of course.
So I don't know. This is, I love that My Hero's ramping up again, and it's just getting real. It's real good because they have the highs and lows where it's like we need that recovery period where like everything was super hype, and now it's like calm down for a bit. Now it's getting real hype again, and I'm like,
from here on out, I don't think the kids are not going back to school anytime soon. The school's canceled. School's gone.
Well, if all their teachers disappear, they're gonna have to learn some stuff on their own for a bit.
Yes.
I don't think all the teachers will disappear. So like Aizawa and some other folks will still be with him, I think.
I just believe that the heroes right now are on the run, and what you just said, that they have to learn on their own and improve the quirks on their own and what they think they can improve on their own. They can have somebody guiding them right now. They have to guide themselves and watch others do something similar where they could grab it from their own style. Right now with what others are doing, it's just a tough break. It's like school, if the UA gets destroyed as well, oh my God.
Which is completely possible, by the way. They could blow up the school.
I mean, like they just made everything else vulnerable.
Maybe that's
heroes here in one place.
Maybe that Shigaraki's like, this is my statement at this point when he comes back, as he goes and he just completely wipes out UA.
Because that's what All For One was doing the first season. And then he's going to finish his accomplishment of what his master couldn't do. He said, I will do what my master couldn't do. I will pick up your torch and destroy the UA for you. And that's my statement. For you, something that you couldn't do, I will do.
So let you know that we're back. That the heroes are in trouble as I'm going to destroy UA. Oh my God.
That would be good, because especially when the new students are coming into the new school.
That school's gone.
I don't know. I mean, I think he's going to add some new characters, of course, because this is his way to do it, is with some new students. But it's like, okay, yeah. So, because think about it, he's about to start killing people, so we got to add some new people.
That's true. Else, I mean, good thing you make the whole new class technically new freshman kids. I mean, technically they could be the new characters. Their new quirk or their abilities may not be the strongest from what we've known, but
so remember when this is a setup though. Remember how they were talking about those the kids in the kid arc that's currently happening in the anime about how much stronger they are because of the combined quirks. You know, the later generations get stronger.
Yeah,
there's a chance that we're getting some really strong kids out of this class.
But I also feel like the doctor might know about these new students with these quirks as well, because he's has so many hospitals, have opened up so many orphanage, also have so many retirement homes.
Maybe.
Good chance that he actually knows and study these students that has these special abilities.
I mean, he knows. If they all go through the same hospital, which isn't necessarily the case, I mean, he might have data on most of them.
I mean, he's also been doing this work for a very long time.
Oh, a very long time.
And for a very long process. It's a plan that has been
executed for so long.
And most likely, it won't be out of the question if he found some healthy man or boy or woman that had a special quirk that he needs just for all.
I mean, that's what they've been doing. That's literally what they've been doing for years. Is like they've been finding good quirks to take. Yeah,
and so harvesting these.
I want to see the backstory between the Doctor and All for One. How did they meet, and when did they start? I want to see that conversation.
I feel like it's gonna be like All for One meeting the Doctor, be like, I have a special goal for you that you might be interested. Like the Doctor was already warped and twisted, but he was so bored of his everyday Doctor life kind of thing.
It's hard to say. We cannot judge without knowing a bit more of his past,
because we don't really know anything about the Doctor.
That's true. Because we always see him as a calm demeanor. Like he's always so calm, intense when he needs to be, and all serious when he needs to be, but also very loyal to All for One as well.
Agree. But so it's hard to say which one would be. So this chapter was another.
If you also think about
setup.
how the Nomus look, all those Nomus look also though, and they're made from the Doctor's creation, his own mind though.
Yep.
I would still consider it as his warped, twisted mind in a way. So. And that kind of personality, especially with that little Nomu, the teleporter thing, that's literally have a spine for a tail and just the brain and literally feet. The thing is like the ugly version of Pac-Man right there.
He bought shoes. He bought shoes for this Nomu. It's wearing shoes.
Oh, was that the picture you posted up? Wow.
I didn't do that. I did that on purpose because I didn't want to spoil anything for anybody. But yes, look at the Nomu shoes.
Wow,
what are those?
That's what you wrote. What are those? Because for the little kid, I mean, not even little kid, for the little monster, little looking Nomu. Wow.
He gave him strappies. He gave him strappies.
I was like, he gave that thing shoes.
It looked like baby Jordans. That's what.
Oh my god. Jordans. But man, I think next week is chapter 260.
So, what are you guys' last thoughts about this chapter on Ray and Sam?
Well, I mean, from what we said and predict, that's not the real Doctor. We're going on. This is either the real Doctor or it's a clone from Twice. And literally, this hospital is their trap. It's like almost like their prison. Their headquarters of how to capture all the entire big heroes, so that the whole moment of at that moment, like within a couple hours, all the heroes disappeared. And if you think about it, there are many ways of how you can disappear these heroes, especially when they have that magician dude that can turn people into like tiny marble balls.
Yeah, compress.
Many Nomus that can do warping, teleport. You can literally teleport all the heroes to somewhere else where no man's land or unforsaken island or something like that, where you're separated from everything. Because once you discommission all these other heroes, the big name heroes, everything is vulnerable. They literally, the League and the Liberation Army can take whatever they want and take their time. They could take their time, picking easy. I mean, of course, they know that how powerful Class 1A and 1B and these students can be.
They're still kids, though.
They're still kids. And they have the numbers game on them. They have the numbers game.
They basically said, you're here to help us with the start, and then you're out of here. Is basically what they told them.
And plus, one thing last thing on my thoughts I want to say is that what I see in page 4 and 5, if I'm correct, in the last panel right below chapter page 5, I think a Spinner that's looking outside far away. So because I think that's the background of Spinner, the way he has the scarf on his neck and around that. So I think that Spinner looking.
I thought that was Headshot, the ninja hero.
That's the ninja hero.
Yeah, I thought that was
Ninja?
Ninja Hero. Yeah, I think that's Ninja Hero. Yep.
Okay, so it's just so I was just put an assumption that maybe that could be them, but yeah, it's possible because at the next page we see Esha, Fagum, and that, so it could be that too. But overall, this chapter was a great more setup to the bigger grand scheme of this war going on between the Liberation Front and the pro heroes of society of Japan. So this is an interesting front, and I'm really curious to know that if this war between the two sides, will it go nationwide to worldwide, is what I'm curious about, because remember the frontier of the
I
Liberation
don't think so.
is
I
also
feel like
worldwide.
Japan's the
It's something
biggest.
that has been done. So I'm really curious about that. Would it fall over there? I'm really curious about that. So that's my thoughts about that.
I doubt it.
I think because Japan is like the biggest country that has the big name here, the big name heroes, or the strongest hero, or at least the more.
I mean, at least it's what we know. This is the story he's telling right now in Japan.
And even with vigilantes, we know that there are some American heroes that comes into Japan, but it's because they made a bad name for themselves back in America, and they're trying to bring up the rep into a different country, a different hero society, and that sort of thing. But for sure, it's from what we all know, it's just gonna be mainly Japan. After Japan, where I guess you could go everywhere else.
Like, and how about you, Ray?
So, oh man, this chapter is. I'm hoping the true calm before the storm. The next chapter we get the gotcha. I think it's more like, hey. So I also kind of feel like maybe they did give up the doctor as a way to get all the heroes to go to that one place. They were like, we have to give up one piece to get the advantage, which sometimes is how chess works, you know.
That is true.
And so like they give up the doctor, they already have everything else they need at this point. If they get his Nomu, and they don't really need him right now. And so if they're going to get all for one back through this sacrifice, I feel like this was a good move by them. But I feel like the heroes are about to take some heavy losses. They took everybody out here.
Yeah,
everybody is out here.
That's not a great move to do.
I mean, but the Paranormal Liberation Front, is that what it's called now? They are very powerful, and they recognize this. And I'm glad that they're
around the world.
I'm glad that I'm not even talking about that. Just where they are right now, how they are focused. They are very powerful, and I'm glad that they are realizing this and throwing everything that they have at them, because they know that they couldn't if they didn't. And so that's why everybody's out here. But
I would think of this as chess. The doctor is the queen of the piece, but you can literally use your pawns to break up through the prison arc. You use these pawns to become queens themselves. Which I wouldn't say
that he's a queen. I'd say that he's
well, no, I'm just
really
using
good
knight basis where you have all your pawns at the other side of the board, and you literally use that just to bring back everybody to a more powerful, stronger pieces into your team, because you have everybody going after the king and the queen at the same time with the hero society. But for all we know, the villains or just doing everything outside around them, where they didn't expect this, they didn't expect that, and you just. I kind of think
you're overthinking it in that aspect right now, of a grander scheme, Sam, with that aspect, because we don't know yet more chapters ahead, so we just need it's hard to predict where is it going. Where right now we only have like the first 5% of this arc of this grand war, so it's hard to predict. Is he technically the king or the queen or the Brook? So it's hard to figure out what type of chess he is. But overall, this is really nice.
I mean, and this
you have to be willing to sacrifice a piece in order to win the game.
Yeah, totally agree.
So I mean, I'll be honest. I do feel like they kind of did catch them off guard. I think they caught them off guard, and especially because the old boy who was out there looking around waiting, he had no idea what was happening as well. And so I think they might have caught them off guard, and it might force them to do something a little bit faster than they anticipated. So. I'm excited to see where this goes. Like I said, the next one is 260, which is a big number. It's a huge number. So I think maybe 260 is where the game starts to change for real.
Let's see. So this was a great coverage overview, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Ray, give you a quick plug.
Hey, well, I'm RayApollo. I'm your boy who does the My Hero Academia reactions over on YouTube on the Anime Lately channel. Come check those out because we have a good time. And your boy LegendDVash has a good time editing those. Too much fun sometimes. But you can also find me on Twitter at RayApollo and Twitch as RayApollo, where I do my thing constantly. So, yeah.
Other than that, guys, thank you guys for following us here at Anime Lately and enjoying the My Hero coverage or review and the reaction for the video. Thank you very much, guys. Take care. Like, comment, subscribe. Do your thing, guys. See you guys next time.
Peace.